Students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I am streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here, situated on the southern tip of Vancouver Island in Western Canada. I hope everybody is having a great start to their week, staying healthy, staying strong, and ready for this class. Welcome, Honey Brar, Hi Bishal, Duke Min Pham, Charmin, Angel. Nice to see many regular students in the class already. This lesson, everyone, is presented to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS success. Please check us out there. For the general IELTS, visit us at ieltshelp.com. That's generalieltshelp.com. On both of those websites, we have lots and lots of content, videos, practice exams to help you improve your English and communication for the IELTS. I'll show you these websites real quick and where you can practice your speaking for free. Today we are doing a speaking class focusing on speaking part 1. This is our academic IELTS website here at aehelp.com. You can click this big red button to join our premium package. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access, so it's well worth it. And for the general IELTS, check us out here at gieltshelp.com, where it's the same idea but with the green background, and you can click these big red buttons to join our premium package there. And I'll show you where you can do some speaking for free. So when you log in to your My Student account, and you can do this for free, you can create a free account, you will find all of our materials like computer-based practice exams, lesson videos, audio CDs, and then you will also find this button here, the Student Partner Speaking. So you can click on that Student Partner Speaking, and as soon as you accept the terms of use, you'll find, well, lots of people in here today. So you'll find lots of people looking for someone to practice their speaking. We have Pitoir, we have Harsha, Musa, John Paul in here right now, Pritam. So you can find somebody in here and you can either video or audio chat with them, okay? All right, so coming back to our lesson, if you'd like to get our apps, download Academic IELTS Help, link it to aehelp.com. For General IELTS, get the app General IELTS Help, link it to gieltshelp.com. Hi Arda, welcome to our members in the class as well. You can follow us on Instagram, IELTS_AEHelp and GIELTSHelp. And if you have questions, send me an email to adrian@aehelp.com and I will get back to you within short notice. All right, everyone, so we have lots of classes this week. Right now we have speaking part 1. This is a speaking class, so make sure to speak and repeat. It's good practice to copy native speakers, whether you're doing that when you're watching a film or you're watching a live lesson like this. Welcome, Andre. Welcome, Carolina, our moderator, to the class. So later this week, we will have writing task 2 tomorrow. For members, we'll have reading, we'll have task 1, we'll have Q&A. So lots and lots of learning coming up this week for everyone. All right, so we are in the speaking section. Show up to your interview nice and early, about 1 hour before. Be confident, take some speaking questions with you. Find other candidates to practice your speaking before you do your speaking interview. It's really important that you do not go into your IELTS speaking interview while speaking your own language, a different language other than English, before your exam. That's not a good idea. So make sure you're using English before your IELTS speaking exam. It's very, very important. And then you will go into your speaking interview 20 minutes before the start of the interview to register. Make sure you're using English the whole time. And then your 20 minutes wait time will be up. You will get called into your interview and you will be met by an examiner. The examiner could be a man, could be a woman, could be British sounding, could be Canadian sounding like myself, American sounding, okay? Or they might not even be a native speaker, just have a very high level of English proficiency, okay? So be ready for different accents, okay? All right. Here we go, everyone. Let's get into it. The examiner has some very clear standard questions to ask you at the beginning. They will ask you to show them your identification again, okay, just like in the 20 minutes before. And they'll start the exam. So the exam will start like this. Welcome to the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. It has 3 parts. I will give you instructions for each. I'm recording this for clerical and marking purposes. The candidate number is 793512. Currently, we are conducting this exam in Paris, and the time is 15 o'clock. Now we shall begin. May I see your identification? That's the first question. You have to produce your ID. If you can't, they will ask you to leave. Okay. So Hans says, yeah, sure, this is my passport that I used to register for the exam. Please take a look. Yeah, very good, Hans. Okay, so that's what you want to do. Nice and smooth and simple. So yeah, sure, this is my passport that I used to register for the exam. Please take a look. Okay, just like that, copy that sentence. When you hear me say that, copy that so you can say it nice and smooth. Okay. Ariane, if you have a question about writing task 2, make sure you're here in tomorrow's class. And if you have more questions, send me an email. All right, Arda says, yes, definitely. Just a moment, please. Here's my passport that I used for registration for this test. Please have a look. Okay, that's good, Arda. Kyber says, yes, here's my passport, which I used for registration online. Please have a look. Lots of different ways to say it. So notice how Kyber is saying for registration online. So he's throwing that little bit of information in there. So even though they all sound similar, they all are unique so far, and that's what you want to do. You want to have nice fluency. You want to have an original answer. So may I see your identification? Yes, by all means. Here is my passport that I used to register a couple of weeks back. Please take a look. Okay, so notice mine is kind of similar to the first 3 that I read, yet still a bit different. Okay, so here we go. May I see your identification? Yes, by all means. Here's my passport that I used to register a couple of weeks back. Please take a look. Okay, nice and fluent. All right. Okay, and while you're holding your passport, the next question will be, what is your full name? So what is your full name? Again, for this full sentence answer, you should always be speaking in full sentences throughout your entire speaking exam. Do not give 1- and 2-word answers. They do not get high marks. So what is your full name? Give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. Okay. Sharman says, my first name is Sharman and my family name is Rahman. Please call me by my first name Sharman, as it makes me feel more comfortable than being called by my surname. Yeah. Because sometimes people will say, okay, Miss Rahman, right? So it makes me feel than being called by my surname. You can say that. All right. If you really want to finish that up nicely. Okay, so let's see a couple more. Muhammad Aziz says, my given name is Muhammad Aziz and my family name is Moidinov. Please just call me by my English nickname, James. Okay, that works. Sure, if you have an English nickname, why not? All right. Okay, Karan Singh says, my full name is Karan Singh. Please refer to me by my first name, Karan. So don't just say, please refer to me by my name, Karan, because you just said your name is Karan Singh, right? So refer to me by my first name, Karan. Okay, make that very clear to the examiner. Okay, all right, so clarity, fluency, that's really important. Clarity and fluency. So my first name is Juliana, and my family name is Petite. Please just call me Julia, as this is what I'm used to being called. All right. Okay. So I'm just coming up with a kind of an example here. Female name this time. So here we go. What is your full name? My first name is Juliana, and my family name is Petite. Please just call me Julia for short, as this is what I'm used to being called. Yeah, because Julia arguably is definitely a short way to say Juliana. So you can say, please just call me Julia for short, as this is what I'm used to being called. Okay, so again, nice and fluent. Then you put away your passport, and then the examiner will say, okay, now I will ask you a couple more questions to get to know you better, and some questions on a general topic. Where do you live? So again, give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. Now, when you think about where do you live, think country, city, state, locality, district, house type. Okay, so you should think about all of these to give a nice, clear answer. Doesn't mean you have to say all of them, okay? So you don't have to be like, I'm in Victoria, the capital city of British Columbia, the westernmost province of Canada, in the district of Saanich, and I live in a 2-bedroom house. It's a bit awkward, I think, to say all of that information, but there is a natural way that you can say at least 2 to 3 pieces of that information in a clear way, okay? So combine that into a clear format, all right? This is a very common type of question, so make sure to practice it. All right, Dilpreet says, I live in a small townhome. While I've been living there since my birth, I had nostalgic memories in my hometown. Dilpreet, I'm a bit confused. Where are you actually living, right? So where's your hometown, okay? We don't know. Your examiner might not know either. Just because you're doing the exam in a certain city might not mean that you live there. Charmin says, I reside in a 2-bedroom apartment with my family on the 5th floor of a high-rise building which is located at the Gulsan in the Dhaka district in Bangladesh. Okay, Charmin, that's very good. So you're going from small to big, which is okay. You can go from your house to your state or country, or you can go from your country to your house, right? So you can go big to small, small to big. It's good to have structure. So well done, Charmin. Thumbs up to you today. Okay. Nick Hill says, I reside in a 2-bedroom apartment on the 6th floor of a 7-story building in Pune City, which is located in the western part of India, and I've been living here for 8 years now. Very nice, Nick Hill. Nice use of quantitative information. Excellent. Gurjat says, I hail from the country area countryside area, Ramgarh, which falls under the district of Hoshiarpur, and I live in a nice big farm home. Gurjat, good. Countryside area. Okay. All right. Moon River says, I live in a 3-story house with my family on the outskirts of Hanoi, which of course is the capital of Vietnam. Okay, that's nice as well. Good. So those are some good answers. Sounds like people are picking up what I'm putting down. So I live in a 2-bedroom townhome in the heart of Victoria, which is widely known as the Garden City and is the capital of the province of British Columbia here in Canada. Okay. So here we go. Where do you live? I live in a 2-bedroom townhome in the heart of Victoria, which is widely known as the Garden City and is the capital of the province of British Columbia here in Canada. All right. So again, clarity, right? Your locality, your shelter, where you actually live. And then here might be another question the examiner asks you. They do want to create a conversation style interview, so they will be asking you follow-up questions. And they might ask you a question like this: what do you like about your home? Okay, so first they'll ask you, where do you live? And then another kind of easy question, what do you like about your home? Don't try to be fancy, don't try to give strange answers. Think about what most people would say. Okay, so in the beginning, so remember the topic of this class is full marks from the go. And in order to get full marks from the go, it means from the beginning, you do not want to be making many mistakes or any mistakes if possible at the start, which means you really don't want to be too fancy or too creative. You want to be original, but that doesn't mean that you're giving some really bizarre answers, okay? So you shouldn't start talking about, well, my home has some stained glass windows in the attic which sparkle during certain times of the day as the light shines through them into the living room. Okay, so you wouldn't want to go into that kind of a response. I don't recommend it, especially if you're feeling nervous. Think about common responses like bright, spacious, quiet, okay? Many bathrooms. I know people like that. Okay, so think about just common kinds of answers that many people might think of, and then use that to respond. Okay, so once again, what do you like about your home? Arta says, I like my home because it has a big balcony, which my family and I spend some time at evenings to eat dinner. I also like to spend my time in my own room listening to music on my bed. Okay. All right. Good, Arta. So that's kind of what I mean. Yeah, you have a big spacious balcony where you can spend time with your family and friends, having dinners and having parties. That's really good. Okay. All right. I like it. Okay. Pushpesh says, I really love my home. It is my sanctuary where I return home from my work to relax and spend quality time with my family. Pushpesh, unfortunately, that will not get you a mark over 6 because you did not answer the question. What do you like about your home? You say that it's your sanctuary and you spend time with your family, but what do you really like about it? You mean that your family is there? That you get to be with them? It's a bit awkward. It's a bit awkward. Okay. Shinju says, I love that my home is on the 9th floor because there aren't many high-rise buildings around it. so I can enjoy watching the sky from the balcony. Okay, so you enjoy the view, okay, the vista or the view from your home, Shinju. Sumaya says, I live in the Middle East, specifically in the UAE. I live in a house that is 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms in the city of Abu Dhabi. Okay, Sumaya, careful to be concise. Okay, you're saying a lot of words. You can just say UAE. You don't have to say United Arab Emirate. Most people know that. They should. The examiner will, for sure. That's for the previous question. Andre, for this question, answers, I most like in my house, my kitchen that is adjacent to the living room, and I can easily dine without being distracted from a football match. Okay, so your house has what's called an open floor concept. Okay, I like the open floor concept in my home, which means that the kitchen, dining room, and living room are all connected and not separated by walls. So this way I can interact with my family most of the time without having to shout. All right. Yeah, so that could be a little bit fancier, but a lot of modern homes are this way. So maybe your home is like this, so why not learn it? Okay, here we go. Repeat after me. What do you like about your home? I like the open floor concept in my home, which means that the kitchen, dining room, and living room are all connected and not separated by walls. So this way I can interact with my family most of the time without having to shout. That's definitely a positive. All right. So now you're on a roll, okay? So to start with a band 9, you really have to be fluent. You have to be clear, coherent. Your pronunciation has to be understandable. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, you can get a band 9 without having perfect English pronunciation. You need clear pronunciation. And of course, using original words and original diction. Okay, and then the examiner will introduce a topic. They'll say something like, okay, let's talk about jewelry. Okay, jewelry. If you can't pronounce that word, try to split it into 2. Jewelry. Okay, jewelry. All right, jewelry. All right, so let's talk about jewelry. When they introduce the topic like jewelry, you shouldn't go, oh, I don't wear jewelry, or I don't like jewelry, or, you know, it's not common for people to wear jewelry in my culture. Well, that's not going to help, all right? So you have to be a little bit clever here. Most cultures, for most people around the world, involve some kind of jewelry for some purposes. If not every day, then maybe ceremonial purposes. So you have to focus on the topic. And as soon as you hear this topic, you have to think about some words that will come up that are connected to this. So when you think about the word jewelry, what kind of words come up for you? Okay, so practice what's called word association. Okay, welcome to our group of members, Deepika. Okay, so associate words with the topic. When you think about the word jewelry, what kind of words do you associate with it? So Kwanla says fashion, Kyber says gold. Okay, if you think of gold, you probably also think of silver, crystal, diamond, ruby, and other precious stones and metals. Okay, Sammy says platinum. Rajveer, nice to see you in the class, says golden rings, necklace. Yep. Necklace, rings, earrings, Gems. Amanda Way says luxury. Okay. Very nice. So we're getting a great set of words here. Yeah. And these would be considered common. Okay, Sammy says wedding. Anniversary. Sweet 16. Right? Graduation. So different occasions when we receive jewelry. Okay. Netra says possession, meaningful. Very good. Beauty, bracelet. Sparkle, luster. Okay. When you're talking about precious metals. Angel, watches. Sure, watches are can be considered an item of jewelry as well. So watch. More specifically, if we want to be more specific, we can say wristwatch. Okay. Glitter, very good. Expensive, Nicole, very nice. So we've got lots and lots of different words. Excellent. All right. So practice your word association so that your brain can recall and use a lot of different vocabulary when you're introduced with a topic like this. Beautiful. Okay. So Sammy, I don't know if Olympic medals, I would say, is jewelry. Harsh, I don't know about boasting, but maybe social status. Brooches, manhung is a good one as well. Brooch. Okay, so social status, sure. All right, so the first question here, the examiner might ask you about this, is do you like to wear jewelry? Okay, so give a nice full sentence answer for this one. Now be careful, if you say no, it might be a little bit trickier than saying yes, even if it's true. Okay, so give me a nice full sentence. So do you like to wear jewelry? Dilpreet says, well, I'm a fashion freak and I like to wear gold, silver, and diamond necklace rings, which are studded with rebel and rubies and diamonds, especially on extraordinary occasions, as they benefit me a lot. Okay, Dilpreet, I think you got a little bit too excited. You want to minimize and focus, okay? The goal isn't to say a lot of different topics. The goal is always to say one or two topics, responses, answers, give a clear explanation, and give an example, okay? Kyber says, I do not like to wear jewelry, but I love to buy it for my wife. Just the other day, I bought a necklace and a ring to celebrate our anniversary. Which anniversary? You might want to say that, our 10th anniversary. Okay. Sammy says, I don't like wearing jewelry much. However, my mother has gifted me a really nice chain, and I also wear my wedding ring. Okay. Sammy, instead of giving the contrast, maybe explain to me why you don't like wearing jewelry. So if you don't like wearing jewelry, it's okay. Just give an explanation of why that is. Okay. Shama says, I'm not a fan of wearing jewelry. However, I wear it occasionally during parties and celebrations. I usually go for gold and diamond jewelry if I have to purchase it, as it has good resale value. Shama, same kind of thing here. You're going off topic, okay? So whether you like to wear jewelry or don't like to wear jewelry, you should give an explanation instead of going off topic and telling me when you like to wear jewelry or when you have to wear jewelry, okay? Mohammed Mubin says, no, I don't like to wear jewelry as I feel irritated when I wear it, and it costs a lot of money, and they are easy to lose, especially while doing odd chores. Muhammad, please only answer once in the chat, okay? Don't spam the chat. But the answer is good, so you're giving an explanation. You need a little bit of clarity. Lakshmi says, yes, I love to wear gold earrings. Why, Lakshmi? Why do you like to wear gold earrings? They highlight your pretty face. They go well. They complement your big eyes. They sparkle and glitter, and they match with your dress. So give a nice explanation, okay? Morna says, of course, this is my cup of tea to wear jewelry and expensive items, whenever I have to go to a wedding, anniversary, birthday parties. I'm really fond of giving presents to my parents and friends. Okay, Morna, you kind of have the right idea, but again, it's lacking clarity, all right? So, again, just a gentle reminder for everyone, whether you answer yes or no, you must explain your answer clearly and give an example. Okay, so no, I'm not a big fan of wearing jewelry because it irritates me, especially when I'm playing sports. At times, I even get a skin rash. Also, I'm worried about losing expensive items like rings and necklaces. So I prefer not to wear these keepsakes. When I was 10, I lost a really expensive gold necklace my grandma gave me, and I never forgave myself. Okay, so there's a nice, long, fluent answer. Answer, explanation, example, even if you're saying no. Now, keep in mind, students, that a no response is usually a little bit more challenging than a yes response, all right? So here we go. Repeat after me. Do you like to wear jewelry? No, I'm not a big fan of wearing jewelry because it irritates me, especially when I'm playing sports. At times, I even get a skin rash. Also, I'm worried about losing expensive items like rings and necklaces, so I prefer not to wear these keepsakes. When I was 10, I lost a really expensive gold necklace my grandma gave me, and I never forgave myself for that. Okay? That would get you your band 9 for fluency. Coherency. Coherency is based on that answer, explanation, example. Okay. So here we go. Next question. What is your favorite type of jewelry? Now, even if you answered no for the previous question, you shouldn't say, I don't have a favorite. You should still come up with a favorite. Okay. It doesn't matter. Still come up with a favorite. So still mention one that you like more than others and give a nice, clear answer for it. So what is your favorite type of jewelry? Okay, give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. All right. Okay. Dan Ewan says, my favorite among all types of jewelry is probably a watch because it helps to improve my look of elegance. Moreover, it tells me the time wherever I go. Dan, I love the idea. I had to correct a little bit to make it more natural and fluent. Okay. Ishmael says, I think I have two minds about that. Okay, and then Ishmael deleted the message, which is probably a good idea, Ishmael. When they're asking you about your favorite one, you should focus on one, not two. Okay? All right? Harsh says, usually I prefer jewelry which is lustrous and which reflects a tint of jade. This tone is rarely found and can be really expensive, though I don't own such an item. I wish to own one in the future. Harsh, I'm still not sure what your favorite jewelry is, okay? You've given a bit of a description, but that hasn't really given me a lot of clarity. Sammy, as I just mentioned, I don't prefer wearing ornaments because it not only irritates me, but also I like being simple. I only wear one gold chain and bracelet for functions. Okay, Sammy, in this case, you still have to answer more specifically. So your answer should be, well, if I had to say my favorite jewelry is a gold necklace that I got from my mom when I was in elementary school. As I said, I'm not a big fan of jewelry, but this piece of jewelry reminds me of my mother's love, right? So you still have to choose that favorite. You still have to come up with a clear answer, all right? Don't just keep emphasizing your own thoughts. Focus on what the examiner is asking you, all right? Rajveer says, my number one jewelry is a wristwatch, which was gifted to me by my father on my 25th birthday. It is a golden wristwatch and matches with most of my attire. I prefer to wear it during special occasions such as birthdays and wedding anniversaries. Very good, Rajveer, okay? So sounds like you're not a big fan of jewelry, but this gold watch is something that you treasure. It's a special keepsake from your father, and it's your favorite piece of jewelry, okay? That's exactly what you need to do. Kiza says, actually, I have many favorites for jewelry. Especially, I prefer a ring that consists of diamonds because it shines and is eye-catching. Okay, Kiza, that's good. So you started a little bit broad, but then you focused on that one diamond ring, which is good. Okay, so if I had to choose, it is a wristwatch that I got as a graduation gift from my parents. I like to wear this on special occasions to remind me of my parents' caring and my success in my studies. I had it on just a couple of weeks ago at one of my cousin's weddings. Okay. So again, fluent, clear answers. So notice I answered I'm not a big fan of jewelry in the previous one, but here when I'm asked what is your favorite type of jewelry, if I had to choose, it is a gold wristwatch that I got as a graduation gift from my parents. I like to wear this on special occasions to remind me of my parents' caring and my success in my studies. I had it on just a couple of weeks ago at one of my cousin's weddings. Okay. All right. Now just a little correction here. Because it's favorite type of jewelry, right? So if I had to choose it as a wristwatch, specifically a gold wristwatch, right? Then it refers to that specific type of jewelry. Okay, next question. Here we go. Where is a good place for you to buy jewelry? All right. Now, of course, people right away will think online and at the shopping mall. Just remember to be original, be specific. So where is a good place for you to buy jewelry? Not for people, not for others, not for your examiner, but for you, okay? So where's a good place for you to buy jewelry, okay? Kashan, I mentioned twice before that I'm not in favor of jewelry. Kashan, I wouldn't say that again. Okay, that's awkward, especially in a speaking interview where they're measuring your language. So I would not say, as I mentioned twice before. It's kind of like the examiner's like, yeah, I know. I just have these questions I have to ask you. So, I would avoid that. I wouldn't say, as I mentioned twice before. Okay. You can start with, I heard from my mother that Karachi is a good place to buy jewelry. There's a large selection and fairly good prices, and reliable source, so I know it's not fake, and I'm not being ripped off. Okay. Amanda Way says, I prefer diamonds because I feel that the symbol of a diamond is romance and eternity. Actually, I had a diamond which was sent by my friend and I wear it every day. All right, Amanda, I think that was for a previous question, but it's good. Man Huang Nguyen says, in my opinion, the best place to buy jewelry is a brand store because they are experts at choosing the best one for me. For example, I got used to buying rings at a big shop in my hometown called what? Okay. So it's about you. Be careful, students. This question is about you. Where's a good place for you to buy jewelry? Okay, Muhammad Mubin says, to be assured with the quality, for quality assurance. Muhammad Mubin, it's a good idea. The correct way to express that in English is for quality assurance. I prefer to buy jewelry from a nearby store who guarantees its customers quality and trustworthy authenticity. Okay, so for quality assurance, I prefer to buy jewelry at my local goldsmith, Eternity jewelry shop, about 10 minutes from my home by car. They have a great selection and competitive prices. Also, I am guaranteed quality and authenticity. A year ago, I bought a ring for my wife there. Okay. So here's your answer, explanation, and some good vocabulary to learn based on what some students have been responding. So where is a good place for you to buy jewelry? Be very careful about that you. When you see that, and most of the part one questions are going to be about you, if not all of them. So in part one, really think I, me, my. Okay. For quality assurance, I prefer to buy jewelry at my local goldsmith, Eternity Jewelry Shop, about 10 minutes from my home by car. They have a great selection and competitive prices. Also, I'm guaranteed quality and authenticity. A year ago, I bought a ring for my wife there. Okay, so here's some good words to learn when you're talking about purchasing. Quality assurance. Quality assurance means that they guarantee that it's good quality. And I kind of repeat that here. I'm guaranteed quality and authenticity. Authenticity means that the item is what it's stated to be. So if they say it's a gold ring, it's actually a gold ring and not some fake or fool's gold. Okay? And when we're shopping, we're often looking for great selection and competitive prices. So great selections means that they have a variety of items. So not just one or two rings, but maybe they have 50, 60 different kinds of rings. And then competitive prices. Competitive prices means that they have good prices that compete with the other prices of other stores. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right. Let's go to the next question. Here we go, everyone. If you could make a piece of jewelry, what would it be? And then brackets, why, right? So again, this is about you. It's a conditional, so make sure that you answer in the conditional form. If you could make a piece of jewelry, well, given the chance to make any kind of jewelry, I would create. Okay, so use the condition. All right, use the condition. Let's see what you come up with for this one. So, if you could make a piece of jewelry, what would it be? And why? Why would you make it? Okay. All right. Man Hyun Yuen says, if I could, I think it would be a necklace because I want that will be a present for, I would make that as a present for my grandma. She has always wanted to wear a necklace, but now she is sick, so I'd like to help her with her dream. Okay, Man Hyung, there's some grammatical mistakes in there, so careful with that. Okay. Kashan says, if I could make a piece of jewelry, it would be a ring, as I don't like jewelry, but my mother likes to wear rings. And as I see, it's easy to make a ring compared to other types of jewelry. Okay, Kashan, stop reminding the examiner that you don't like jewelry. I'm pretty sure they got it by this point. All of the other parts are good, so you'd make a ring for your mom, right? Okay. All right, let's see. Mohammed Mubin says, if I were to make a piece of jewelry, it could be a gold ring and a precious metal with a precious metal gem. I would gift it to my life partner as a gift of my hard work and love towards her. Okay, good, Mohammed. Mathi says, if I'm given the chance to make a piece of jewelry, I would definitely go with making bracelets because I'm so obsessed with wearing something over my hands. All right, good answer, explanation. All right. Nick Hill says, given the chance to make my own piece of jewelry, I'd like to make a gold bracelet for my dad since I've never made anything for my dad and I could gift it to him on his birthday. Nick Hill, make something for your dad. Okay, maybe not a gold bracelet, but make something for your dad. Good answer, okay? The answer is good, sure. Sharman says, well, that's an interesting question. Given the chance to make a piece of jewelry, I would like to make a necklace from copper wire and semi-precious stones, and I would gift it to my mother as she is. Okay, Sharman, very good. So I don't see the end of it, but it sounds like you're on the right track, okay? So using a copper wire and semi-precious beads, yeah. Bead necklaces are a very, very common type of handmade jewelry. All right. Luna says, I'm an avid fan of crystals, so if I were to make a piece of jewelry, I would come up with a necklace with small rose quartz details in the chain. Okay, very good. So given the chance, I would make a beautiful friendship bracelet for my BFF using a plastic, or actually no, let's say using a steel wire and some beads. I would do this to express my caring for her and give it to her on her birthday. Okay, sure. All right, so here we go. If you could make a piece of jewelry, what would it be? Why? Repeat after me. Given the chance, I would make a beautiful friendship bracelet for my BFF using steel wire and some beads. I would do this to express my caring for her and give it to her on her birthday. Just coming up with an example here. BFF means best friend for life. Okay. All right. So again, use the conditional and give an explanation. Okay. Be original. All right. Okay. Here we have a couple of more questions. Have you ever got jewelry as a gift? If yes, what? This is present perfect. Have you ever bought jewelry for another person? Again, present perfect. So practice answering these questions in your own time, in partners, on the website. Again, remember what I showed you, that on the website at aehelp.com, you have this student partner speaking button that you can click on. And when you do that, you will find other people looking for speaking partners like Harsha Musa Uzman, and then you can video and audio chat with them. Practice these questions with them. For general IELTS students, visit gieltshelp.com. You can click this big red button to join our premium package. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. We've got lots of HD videos. We are a British Council IELTS Test Registration Center and certified agents, so you're in good hands with us. That's it for me for today. But tomorrow, I shall be back with task 2 for members, writing starting tomorrow, and reading for everyone. Great job. Lots of participation in today's class. I was loving all of the different answers. Okay. You're very welcome, Pachu. Good to see you in the class. Goodbye, Deepika. Thank you for coming on board as a member. Thank you, Carolina, for moderating the class. That's great. Much love back at you, Sammy, in India. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Khyber, I hope that the situation improves for you in Afghanistan. Great to have you in the class, Rajveer. Goodbye, everyone. I'm Adrian signing out from Victoria for today, but I will be back tomorrow. Goodbye.